on everyone? Nico Lind here, and I'm on Treasure Cay, sitting at the place that used to be the Tipsy Seagull. As you can see, not a whole lot has changed on this piece of property here, but I'm here with the Treasure Cay update actually. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these just because there hasn't been a whole lot to update people on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of give you a brief little overview of how the properties sit today, how the Tipsy is, how the beach club is, how the Bahama Beach Club is, and I'll show you guys all that. And then after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and sit down and give you an actual update of what's going on with the sale of Treasure Cay Limited and the whole Mirko Kovac's lawsuit situation. So stick around towards the end of the video where I go over that. That'll update everyone on kind of where things stand. But let's go ahead and get into it. First, I'm going to walk you through the Tipsy area and show you how this stands, because this is, in my opinion, without a doubt, the place that the majority of people are going to know and recognize and care about. So let me show you the Tipsy. And really quick before I get into it, I do want to say, if you like Treasure Cay, if you like the Bahamas, if you have any, affinity for the kind of videos I post, you like boats, any of that stuff, it'd be a huge help to me if you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment videos you want to see. All three of those things really let me know that you guys are enjoying the content I'm posting. You want to see more of it. And it helps me. It gives me motivation to keep going, to keep doing these things, and it allows me to keep doing these things. So like, subscribe, comment, it helps me big time. But let's get into it. All right, as I sit here and edit this video, I do want to mention one thing, and that is that there is a new restaurant on Treasure to eat. It's called Sunset Pizza. It's right outside the gates of Treasure, right across the road from Treasure Sands. I went to the grand opening party last week. It was extremely good. The pizza's good. They have a nice little bar area, so it's a nice social place to go grab a drink with people. The atmosphere is awesome. It's a little bit pricey, but it's the Bahamas. You can't expect too much, so it's really awesome to have a much-needed new dining option on Treasure. As I talk, I'll put some videos of what it looks like over this video, but back to the video. All right, so you guys might have a little change of audio because it's getting a little windy, so I went ahead and put a microphone on. But let's go ahead and get into this walkthrough of the Tipsy. So here's the Tipsy. As you can see, not a whole lot has changed here. It's still pretty much sitting in the same state that it was after the storm and it was cleaned up. I will say behind the bar here, they did finally go through and clean up all the debris that's back here. Surprisingly, they still had all the debris up until about 3 months ago. So they did do something. They did get a little progress done, but besides that, everything here is still pretty much the same. The pool's nasty. I'll show you over here. It's still full of nasty green water that I'm almost positive you would get some diseases if you decided to swim in. The area that used to be the marina is absolutely empty still. This used to be South Dock. That's where we kept our boats. And then over here we had T Dock. I want to say there was L Dock here, and I forget the other one, but this area has been gone through and all the pilings pulled, but nothing has changed. The only dock that's there is, if you look over here, you can see the fleet of rental boats. They have actually the same rental boat dock that used to be there, and then this dock that goes along the bulkhead. That's pretty much the only dock that you have here in the marina. Kind of unusable. Realistically, if you want to, bring a boat over here, you have to know someone with a dock. Reach out to me if you need that. We have some dockage that, we can rent out to people. We actually recently bought some property with dockage just because we were tired of, having to ask friends if we could keep the boat at the property. And so now we have a little extra, but that's kind of it for the marina area. This is where the pizza grills were, Junkanoo Java, the coffee shop and restaurant. All the tables were out here. It's gone through a couple iterations. It originally was a dive shop, then it became a gift shop, and then a spa for a little bit. That's where the DJ booth was. And then if you come around here, these were the bathrooms, the women's bathrooms, the men's bathrooms, and they actually do have new bathrooms, which you're gonna see here in a second. I'll show you the new bathrooms. So if you're renting a boat or whatever you wanna do, they do have the new bathrooms. And then this building here was actually the marina office. Marina office on this side, and on this side was a gift shop and jewelry store. You can see nothing's been done here These buildings are complete tear downs, you know, they're unsalvageable. But next to them here, you can see these are actually the new bathrooms, men and women's. So we do have bathrooms should you need that. And then going this way, this is where the Spinnaker used to be, just an empty property. There's nothing there at all. And then the boat rentals. If you do come here, there are boat rentals. Treasure Rentals is open. It's booming. They have tons of boats. If you want a boat, talk to Wilson. I'm going to go ahead and put his contact information somewhere on the screen right now. And then I'll also put it down below in the description. He's going to be the go-to person if you want to rent a boat. But that's pretty much it for this, you know, Tipsy area. There's really no updates here. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what the Coco Bar is, kind of what's going on over there. And then also the little shopping strip where Flo's Bakery is, because they do have some new shops in there. There is a bunch of people eating breakfast over there. So I'm not going to be that annoying person with a camera, shoving a camera in their face. But I'm going to drive by and I'll update you guys on what is over there. And something real quick to note, this is where the Treasure Cay condos used to be. The colorful ones, they had the dockage out front here. Clearly there's literally no proof that there was ever condos here. It's just green grass now. We'll see what the next owner decides to do and if they want to rebuild those, but as of now, there is nothing there. Here is the little shopping strip that is on Treasure. If you spend any amount of time on Treasure, this little area is going to become your best friend. First, of course, there is Cafe La Florence or Flo's. They have the best cinnamon rolls you'll ever have in your life. There's a liquor store. There's a little home goods and hardware store. There's a little mini mart that actually has a surprising amount of things for how big it is. And so everything here is pretty standard. Nothing much has changed. That building used to be where they had the bait. They had water, ice, that kind of stuff. It's boarded up. Nothing's there. Like I said, there's really no updates on construction on this part. All right, coming up here, these were the old tennis courts. Oh, these are the old tennis courts at the, where the Coco Beach Bar was. The Coco Beach Bar used to be up there. Nothing's changed here at all. And let me actually go through the grass up here and I'll show you up here. But also with the actual Coco Beach Bar property, nothing has changed at all. I'm driving through the grass on the way over there right now. That big sand dune, that's where the restaurant used to be. And so really nothing's changed. I don't have any updates. That's the pad where the hotel used to be. And so Coco Beach Bar is just sitting in, you know, pretty much how it was, destroyed. And so again, I don't know if what plans the current owner has for this property, what kind of restaurant, whether he wants to keep it similar, do more of like a beach club type thing. I'm not quite sure, but this is how it stands today. There's really been no updates to the property itself. So I'm gonna keep on moving on and show y'all, you know, the lodging, how the lodging fares, the beach villas, the ocean villas, the Bahama Beach Club, the cottages, Atlantis, all that stuff, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you guys are planning to come to Treasure, but are kind of worried about how things are, do not let that stop you. Treasure is open for business. There are plenty of places to stay. They're finally opening some more of the restaurants. Overall, it is it's well worth your time to come here. Treasure needs your business. They need the money coming in. So please come over here. I'll show you right now what I mean. Everything's open for business. You know, the marina and resort property aren't, but as long as you have a place to keep a boat, which again, reach out to me. I can help you get a place to keep your boat. It is well worth your time to still come visit Treasure. There's still so much to do. You can still take your boat around to all the other islands, take it around to the beach here, hang out on the beach here, walk around, explore, do whatever you want. Treasure needs people to come spend money here. It is well worth your time. But enough of my rant. Let's go see the state of lodging and if there's been any updates here, because there has been. Things are getting built and things are taking shape over there. So let's get over there. All right, so we're going to start the lodging over here at the Bahama Beach Club, because frankly, if you're going to come to Treasure and don't own property, the beach club's the nicest place you could stay, and it's the place that I'm going to recommend you stay. It's nice. They have a restaurant on the premise. They have a beautiful beach, a pool, a bar. It's the place to stay when you're here. But we're sitting here at the old side, phase 1 through 5, and they are slowly coming together. They finally have most of the landscaping done. Most of the units are pretty close to done. Stick around because I'm going to show you the new side, which that side's been up and running for months, you know, a year and a half, 2 years now. So stick around. I'll show you that in a second. But this old side, it's taken a little bit of time to get up to speed, get up to par with the new side. And so that's why I'm showing you, two different sides of the Bahama Beach Club. But the old side, phase 1 through 4, it's finally getting there. The landscaping, they recently planted all these plants. It's gonna take them a while to grow in and really fill in, but they are doing that. I'm gonna walk you out to the back here, show you what's going on out here. You can see the pool has been filled up with water. It's filtering, it's beautiful. The bar is pretty much finished. They literally have chairs sitting out at the bar. Out on the patio, they have chairs where the old, bar and grill used to be. They still need to do some more landscaping, add some more shrubs and bushes, but it really is getting there. This is the outside. And so hopefully here within the next couple weeks, both sides of the Bahama Beach Club will be up and running, allowing more people to come, have rentals, have the super high quality luxury rentals. Because as of right now, everyone's isolated to the new side, which is great. It's beautiful and everything, but if they open this side, it doubles the capacity overnight of people who can come rent here. So gonna be very exciting. This side is pretty much almost done. So let's head over to the new side where things are bumping. They've been bumping for, a year and a half, 2 years now. And I'll give you an update there. Here's the front office of the Bahama Beach Club. They have a little shop in there that has beachwear, towels, dresses, the whole 9 yards. They do their dinners every night. They haven't updated the sign, but tonight's taco night, it's Tuesday. But if you need a little shop for clothes, that's gonna be your spot. All right, so we're here at the new side of the Bahama Beach Club now, and you can see this side's a whole lot more lush. They have established vegetation, shrubs, trees, palm trees, coconut trees, the whole 9 yards. Like I said, this side's been up and running for 2.5 months now almost. Oh, sorry, 1.5 to 2 years almost. So they've had a little bit of a head start, but they have the fence, they have the palm trees. It's beautiful, it's lush. Again, if you want to come to Treasure Cay, I highly, highly recommend staying here. There's really no giant updates here with this side. I'll walk you through the back just to kind of show you what's going on there. Since you already saw the other side, it's a good comparison to see this side as well. But this side pretty much looks like it did just before the storm. The landscaping is beautiful, it's manicured, it's established, there are shrubs, there are trees. The whole 9 yards. That's the pavilion, that's where the restaurant is. Both the grill and the fancy dinners are all done there. The pool is there, it's established. The beach is looking more beautiful than ever today. The bathrooms are right there. Everything's here in the corner there where the white is closed. That's where the actual bar is, since that other side's not open just yet. The bar's there. It's open till I think 9 or 10 every night. So you have a little social place to go hang out. And that view just never gets old. And so that's kind of the situation here at the Bahama Beach Club. Like I said, not a whole lot of updates here. More of the updates are on the first side, the old side that is almost ready to go. Exciting. I'll show you some of the private housing and where that is now. Oh, first the ocean villas and the beach villas. Let's go over to the ocean villas. All right, so we're at the ocean villas now, and here there's not a whole lot of updates. These have pretty much been rebuilt for a while. Most of them have. Of course, some of them have taken a little longer than others, but as you can see, these are very well established. We're not really taking too long. They still have a beautiful view of the beach back there, as you can see. But these are up and running. They're a great place to stay. I'll show you that view real quick here. I don't want to get in people's privacy up in these rooms, so I got to be careful, but there's the beach. These are a great, great spot to stay. They're a little bit cheaper than the Bahama Beach Club, a little bit more of an affordable option, but you get your own little villa, little house. Really, really awesome spot. And these, most of them, not all of them are up and running just yet, but almost all of them are rebuilt and up and running. So I highly recommend the ocean villas for something a little bit more affordable in the Bahama Beach Club. And now we're gonna hop over to the beach villas, show you the updates there. Those are the most affordable option. Very nice, but definitely the most affordable. So I'll show you kind of what's going on there. We'll hop over there in a second. So these are some more of the ocean villas. Again, all rebuilt, For the most part, these are all rebuilds. Once we get up here, if you look in the background, I'll stop here and take a look. You can see the ones way back there by the beach. To my knowledge, those are pretty much the only ones that are not fully rebuilt yet. But on to the beach villas. All right, so we're here at the beach villas now. Out of respect for the privacy of the people staying here, I'm really not going to walk around them too much and, look in people's windows and the likes. But as you can see, most of these, they're up and running. Most have been rebuilt. They're good to go. And then there are a couple still getting built, but for the most part, they're all, they're all there. Melly and I, we've actually stayed here before when our place is being rented and we still want to come over here. They're actually extremely beautiful. Some of them are super, super cute. They're well appointed. If somebody wants a more affordable place to actually buy over here, it's really not that expensive. I think you can get these for like $300,000, which is a lot of money, but you're getting your own private villa on a tropical island. It's really not that bad in my opinion. But they rent for super cheap, less than $200 a night. Melly and I, we got one last April. So during a weird weekend when we just needed a place to stay for 2 nights, and I think we paid $110. So not expensive at all. For an affordable place to stay, the beach villas here really cannot be beat. They're not all on the water because they're all bunched together in super tight groups, as you can see. But the community itself has its own private raised viewing deck of the ocean, its own beach back there. So it's literally a 3-minute walk to the beach from any of the front doors. I highly recommend coming and staying here. There's about 1 million of them, so there's tons of units available. Some of them aren't for rent. Some of them people just use for private homes, but beach clubs, they've come a long way. All of them are pretty much open. Want a cheap place to stay? These are the ones to go to. And before I go further, I do want to apologize if any part of this is seeming a little bit long-winded. Y'all want to get to the update, but I just kind of want to give a basic update on where all the big parts of Treasure stand for anyone who's interested in the beach villas, anyone who's interested in the ocean villas, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to get to the update and the legal update and all that stuff here in a second. I pretty much want to show y'all the Atlantis condos, a little bit of the private housing, and then I'm going to get straight into the actual update of where things stand with the sale of Treasure Cay Limited. So stick with me, it's coming. So real quick, just as I passed by it, this area here was where the Mariners Cove condos used to be. These were the ones that were on the marina. This property is still pretty much abandoned. Nothing's happening there. So quick update there. There is no update. It's Mariners Cove is no more. All right, so we're driving down this main road to Atlantis right now. I want to go ahead and say it before I get there that if anyone's a boater and watching this video and doesn't know Treasure and they want a place so they can come and rent and keep the boat behind it, Atlantis is going to be your condos. These are right on the water. They all have their own slips, so it's super convenient for boaters. But here they are. As you can see, most of the Atlantis condos are pretty built up, pretty redone already, and a lot of them are up for rent already. And these go for pretty affordable rates too. So, Atlantis, you can't go wrong. I believe it's right here. They have their own little tiki bar in the back, right back there, with their own pool, the whole 9 yards. And so, really awesome little spot. The update is basically that most of these are rebuilt, ready to go, and either owned or back on the rental market. I will say, again, if anyone's looking to buy property over here, a good friend of mine bought a bunch of these Atlantis units over the after the storm and has pretty much been redoing them, and he's about to go ahead and put them all up for sale. So keep an eye out for that. If anyone's interested, also let me know. I'm more than happy to go ahead and put y'all in touch with the guy if y'all want to get in on it before they actually go and hit the market. But some more are coming, so keep it in mind. Just while we're here, there's another view of the marina and how it used to be. There used to be condos all along here. Clearly there's not anymore, and there is no short-term sign that those are coming back. Again, I don't know what the new buyers' plans are for these properties. I actually don't believe these properties are part of Treasure Cay Limited. I think those are actually a separate entity, so I'm not sure what the plans are for those properties, but as you can see, there's not much of an update there either. All right, so we're now in the more private home side of Treasure, and in my opinion, this is where Treasure really still shines. I mean, there's no other island in the Abacos that can compete that has this many houses on the beautiful beach and also as many houses on deep water canals as Treasure does. It really is a boater's paradise. But The actual private side of Treasure, yes, there are some houses, as you see with this one, that still need to be rebuilt and everything. But as you go through it, you know, that's another one over there that still needs to be rebuilt. But the vast majority of the private homes here, they've all been rebuilt. They're all ready for action. A lot of them are just private homes, but some of them, they do rent out. And so if you're looking for a spot to rent, nope, there's a car getting past me. Let me get them past. But I mean, look at these houses. They're beautiful, beautifully landscaped. That blue house, a super tall one, that's a brand new house. But just look, I mean, this house, everyone knows this house, and of course this one, Someday Came. Everyone on the island knows this one. In my opinion, it's the prettiest house on the island. But the moral of the story here is most of the private housing, it's there, it's redone. Oh, here's Top of the Rock. This is a house Miley Cyrus almost bought back in the day. It has that house, the house on that side, and the guest house over here. But the private side's thriving. If, you know, anyone was on the fence about buying property or buying a home over here, I'm going to tell you right now, do it now, because once the actual rebuild starts to the marine and resort properties, prices are just going to skyrocket. But that's kind of, so my synopsis on the private side of the island is that it's pretty much there, it's rebuilt. And as, you know, someone who's a, you know, property owner over here, this is kind of more what I care about. But I think this bodes well for the future, because clearly people still like this island. Clearly people still want to put money into Treasure and still think it's worth it putting money into these properties on Treasure. And so it's a promising sign. So I'm going to get up here to a property, and then I'm going to go over a quick legal update for everyone on where the sale stands and all of that stuff. So finally, the part that y'all have been waiting for. And here is some more. That's actually a client of mine's house, but here are some more of the private homes. You know, it's an empty lot. But as you can see, a lot of these are rebuilt. All of them are rebuilt and ready for action. All right, so we're sitting here on the property that my family just bought over here. And just want to quickly note before I get into the update, we own a ton of dockage. Literally from here all the way over to there. In total, I think it's about 150 feet of dockage. And the way that we're going to build the dock, we're going to be able to fit over 150 feet worth of boats there. And after the new year, we're going to get going on the dock build. So that should be ready, you know, come hopefully February 2024. And so, again, if anyone wants to come over here and dockage is a concern, please reach out to me. We do have dockage available. And even if, you know, our boats are here and we're not renting any of ours, I have plenty of friends over here who do rent dock space. So I'm more than happy to put people in touch with, you know, to make sure people can get dockage, you know, as, you know, kind of, I guess, someone who's been somewhat of an ambassador for Treasure Cay. I want to make it as accessible as I can for everyone to come here. So more than happy to give, you know, people, you know, a tip when it comes to dockage. And I think we actually might be buying some more property here soon. I'm not positive. That's speculation right now, but if we do, we'll have even more dockage available for you guys. So some exciting stuff coming. But the part that everyone's been waiting for, the kind of update on what's going on with the sale of Treasure. And there really is not a whole lot to update people on. Since my last update, really not a whole lot has changed. There are a couple developments, but the last update was basically that this new buyer from Jacksonville, you know, his name's pretty well known at this point. I, you know, still don't know if I quote unquote am allowed to say it, but if you just do a quick search online, you'll be able to find who the guy is. He's a big developer from Jacksonville. Has the island under contract. He's been coming here a while. Everyone I talk to says he's the man for the job. He has the financial power to make it happen. He's a nice guy. He's an ethical guy. He does things the right way. So I don't know him personally, but everyone I talk to says, you know, he is the guy for the job. But he will not close until all the Mirko Kovat's lawsuits are taken care of. And I was told by our lawyer in Nassau, you know, back when we closed on this property, basically that the Bahamian government was hoping to be able to have those, you know, pretty much moved out by the New Year's, allowing to close sometime around the New Year. When it comes to that, I haven't heard any updates on how fast the government is kind of getting rid of all of these Mirko Kovat's lawsuits. And for people who don't know, the premise of those are basically Mirko Kovat's, he reached an agreement with the Meister family, who owns Treasure Cay Limited right now, to buy, the Treasure Cay Resort and Marina Properties by Treasure Cay Limited. But he has a little bit of a rocky track record with developments in the Bahamas, and is not well liked by the Bahamian government. And so the Bahamian government did not approve his development or his purchase of Treasure Cay Limited. And basically, in the Bahamas, anytime a foreigner buys any property over here, it's subject to approval by the Bahamian government. And they did not approve him. And so he took it upon himself to go sue the government. He's suing the Meisters. There's a whole bunch of lawsuits. And so the new buyer basically said he will not close until those are taken care of, because obviously you don't want to have a piece of property you can't do anything with because of litigation. And so, as far as I'm aware, that's still pretty much the case. I do know that the new buyer, I do know he's had the entire place surveyed. He's had engineers out here. And a friend of mine actually talked to one of the engineers that were here, and he was here, I guess, looking at the infrastructure, because, as the infrastructure stands right now, it's fine for the private housing, but it definitely cannot support, a resort, a big marina with the sewage, the water, the power. We have power outages twice a day right now, which I kind of like. It adds to the, outlandish feel of the place, but I digress. And so he was looking at the infrastructure, because they want to hit the ground running, get everything going quickly. Obviously, the guy's putting a ton of money into it. He wants to see some positive cash flow as soon as possible. And so basically what my friend said the engineer told him was that the minute they get that okay, yep, go ahead and close, they are going to hit the ground running, get the infrastructure going. As far as I've been told, they're pretty much ready to order materials, have everything ready to go. So the minute they close, boom, hit the order button, order, they're ready to start building. They're ready to start getting everything going. So that's kind of the update. I will say I've heard a couple of rumors. I will say these, I can't confirm or deny these. I don't know if they're true or not. But what I did hear was that the Meisters, they were finally splitting up the Treasure Cay Resort and Marina Properties, and basically selling the marina property, the marina properties, the Coco Beach Bar properties to this new buyer. And then the rest of it was going to be sold separately. All the other, Columbus Key, the resort properties next to Coco Bar, the golf course, all that stuff was going to be sold separately. Again, I don't know the validity of that. It was just something I was told, and I don't know how reliable the source that told it to me is. So there's a big question mark there. And then another, report that I can't confirm is that somebody told me that in this new buyer's purchase agreement, he basically, as a condition of the deal, he was giving the government a year to take care of the lawsuit so he can close. So I guess in the purchase agreement, it's, if it's not completed within a year and he can't close within a year, then he's not interested and might back away. Again, this is all rumor. It's all speculation that I've heard from people. I don't know how reliable the sources that told me this are, but I do want to update you guys on everything that I hear. And so, I'm filming this video, November 6th right now. And so we're approaching the new year. So, fingers crossed that we're going to hear some good news here pretty soon about the lawsuits and the closing of the island for this new buyer, because he's ready to hit the ground running. He's going to do Treasure Cay right. He's got the financial backing to do it right. He's got decades of experience developing, not necessarily islands like this, but communities in the U.S. just like this. So, fingers crossed that everything works out and he can hit the ground running soon, because I've heard nothing but good things about what it'll do for the place. But that's pretty much it. And I hope to have an update for you guys soon. I'll be back here sometime in December and early January. So I'm hoping at that time we can have an update, more of an update on exactly what's going on. Hopefully the place is closed by then. And then also I haven't really done much in the way of it yet, because everything's still in the air. But I do want to get in touch. We have some mutual connections that I think, I can use to get in touch with him. And I would like to, interview him to get his thoughts on the island, why he decided to buy it, what his plans are, what his thoughts are, because I've been told that it's going to be pretty sweet under his ownership. And also to this, I want to document the rebuild of Treasure, from day one all the way to the end. And so I think the proper way to do that is to go straight to the source and have him tell me directly. And so that's pretty much it. If you like Treasure Cay, you like the Bahamas, you find these videos interesting, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment anything else you want to see. Doing all three of those things helps me big time. It helps my channel, and it pretty much lets me know that you guys like these videos that I'm making. That's pretty much it. Hopefully this next Treasure Cay video here in the next month or two, I'll have some big news for everyone. But in the meantime, enjoy the little Bahamas vlogs, enjoy my little travel to Bolivia and Brazil vlogs. But I will catch you guys in the next video.